Hello, hello. Test, test, test. I welcome everybody to Sundays evenings messages of love from above. So glad to have you all here. I'm excited to see what messages come through this evening. But before we get started, I do want to send love out into the world. And if you'd like to join me in doing that, I do welcome you to do that, of course. Whether you're watching this on replay or live, we can all join together outside of space and time, multiply the love to the world just to bring it into a giant bubble of love. So I'm going to take a big, deep breath, come back to right here, right now, and allow that love to flow down into our hearts, fill us up, and overflow out into the world. May it spark every heart that is ready to move to a higher vibration of love, bringing us closer and closer to that place we want to be at as a human race, as a collective. And if you yourself are in need of love tonight for your heart, your mind, your body, a loved one, a relationship, a situation, whatever it may be, we send love to you and to that person right now. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing me the space for that. And before we get into the actual readings, I just want to let you know you still have a chance here, last chance to get into my Monday drawing. Every Monday, I do have a drawing where I give away a personal recorded reading. So tomorrow, I will be giving away a 1 hour person recorded reading. So the video that I just posted tells you how you can get into the drawing and also some a little bit of news for um, the like a monthly giveaway that I'll be doing this month as well. Also, Spring, formerly known as Teespring, they actually have a sale going on here for 25% off. And I don't do that a whole lot where they're taking it off of their profits. So I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of that. It is through the 17th. It's for one order they will allow it on. So you can check that out if you wish to do so. And then also, um, we had a Libra full moon in the middle of last week, which will feel that for a few more days. But here's the pick a card for that, which did talk about where can you use balance in your relationships. And there's also information at the beginning of the video how you can make the most of the full moon energy, especially around the sign of Libra. So if you want to check that out, that's linked to that video. And lastly, we do have monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign for the month of April that are out. So if you want to check that out as well, that's the link to the playlist for those. So that is what we've got going on there. And let me just get my desktop all set up here and we will get in to the readings. If you are new to my channel, or to these live readings, how we handle those is we do go down in order, first come, first serve on the actual chat itself. There's no special list or anything like that. The chat is the list. And so all you do is put your question there and we will pull cards for that. Now, if you don't want to put your full business out there, you can ask for a general reading, and Spirit knows what what you're wanting, and that's the most important thing, right? Also, if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I step out of the free readings to complete those. I prioritize them, and then and I dive deeper into those as well. Then I return back to the free readings and continue to move down the list. I'm usually on for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes more, depending on if the spirit moves. Uh, so I do that. To make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom of the chat. YouTube takes about a third of that for administrative reasons. And then if you want to make a donation by Venmo, Cash App, Square, or PayPal, I do have those listed in the pinned comment at the top of the page, as well as the description box of the video down below. Uh, no set dollar amounts on donations. It's whatever you feel you're able at the moment. It changes from day to day for every one of us and from person to person. So I don't set a limit. And then, of course, not everyone is able to give donations. And that's why I offer these free readings too, because I want everyone to have a chance, to at least some sort of chance, to hear from spirit. All right. So we will get into these. I am going to continue to use these Santa Muerta tarot. Beautiful, beautiful deck. So if it sings out to you and you want it for yourself, you know what it looks like and where you can pick it up on wherever you purchase cards, Amazon, Hay House, wherever it may be. All right. So let's get started in this evening. Hope everyone had a great weekend. It has flown by, hasn't it? So we will get in here and see what spirit has for everyone. So, Spiritual Gifts Diva, you're the first free reading coming up. Hello, hello. And you want to know anything about your future spouse. So, let's take a look and see what we have going on here. What does spirit want you to know around your future spouse? All right. Okay, okay, okay. So, the first thing here, we have the King of Swords. And so the King of Swords, I feel like this has come out before, but they, big thinker, right? They could be an air sign because, of course, air is all about the, um, you know, Gemini and Aquarius and Libra, very big thinkers, very much in their heads. But it's also they're great communicators. They're intellectual. They, are very smart. They're always looking to learn more. So it's good. It's a good thing to have because they also, like I said, they are good communicators. They can master it as well. The other thing they have here is the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles has, of course, this earthy energy to them, but it's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So I like that they're bringing both of these in here because it's a combination of, they're grounded, they know what it means to nurture oneself and to also, of course, nurture others. It's a very nurturing type of, not like they're mothering, but they're, they know how to express their heart as well. And I like this. And I feel like, this has to do with the Five of Cups, where they had to deal with depression and a lot of challenges. I mean, we all do as children anyway, right? But I feel like they had the extra strong case of having to experience some real disappointments in their earlier life, really strong ones out of the ordinary, that caused them um, to face that. And it kind of, that combination, along with their intellect and everything, allowed them to really question some things in life. And I like this earthy, strong foundation of nurturing, of having known what it felt like to feel a lot of these emotions and not judge themselves for it, process through it. I feel like they had to grow up very quickly when they were young. And so this unfolding that comes through here is someone very grounded, intelligent, but not uncaring. They are able to grasp their compassion because of what they experienced. They know that not everyone knows what's happened to you when you were younger. And it's kind of like those sayings that go around about, you never know um, what someone's been through in their lives in the moments before you bump into them. So try to look at and understand that we are not seeing the full picture of what someone's going through. And I feel like that's their attitude in life. So I like it. And that's what they have for you right now, spiritual gifts, Diva. So many blessings to you. And Anya Ohuya, you are up next. What is coming up for you in romance? All right, let's take a look here. Gonna bust out singing the Love Boat song for some reason. Okay, well, there we go. All right. Well, you do have a little bit of romance coming in here. You have the Eight of Wands, which is more, passion, fast moving energy, and the Queen of Hearts too. So I feel like there's going to be, coming your way here. And with the Eight of Wands, it feels like quickly, very soon, you're going to be having this chance of romance that comes in that really touches you deeply. The Queen of Cups rules over cups. All the queens are given a second portion of cups. So, very big ability to dive deep into emotions, feel things very, very deep. And so, I feel like there's a lot of deep emotion and passion that is coming in here for you. So, with the number eight, it's before August, always there's this range. Well, I wouldn't say always. Sometimes there's fated events that are predestined that have to happen at a certain time. But we have so many other things that are within ranges, depending upon how much we're working on our self love, how much we're raising our love vibration is what speeds things up. But if we kind of just go as things are right now, it's like in August is when this comes in, but it can be sooner. It's like August at the latest. The end of August is when you're able to meet this individual, but it can be earlier. Like I said, if you do self love work, that speeds up the movie. And so it can be much sooner than that. So that's what they have for you, Anya Ahuya. Many blessings to you. And Dijona Sturgis, you are up next, and you'd like to know whatever is coming up here for you. Let's take a look here. Whatever comes out. What would you like to know? Okay. All right. So I feel like you've been working on your emotions here, and also your, balancing your heart and your emotions. Because the Knight of Cups is movement of emotion, but the Queen of Swords, she rolls over swords, and queens are given water, cups. So that's balancing of heart and mind, movement of emotion that's allowed this balancing to come in. And I do see here with the Eight of Pentacles, this work that you've been doing in that is about to, come to fruition. It's You're about to feel the rewards for having done that. You're going to have movement happen in the outside world in regarding to emotions here that, with the Queen, you've really been, it's like cutting away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you, emotions that no longer serve. And it's really allowing this understanding around your thoughts and beliefs around love and to really balance out more and more. I feel like this is where that work's been going on for you. Been looking at why you think the way you do, why you felt hurt by something someone did when you're like, is that really even about me? I think that was just them freaking out, and so it wasn't about me. That was just something that my ego, our little shadow inner child self goes, oh, this means I'm unlovable because they said that. And they're like, no, they said it because they're a jerk, They were in fear and they were saying fearful things. That's what jerky, being a jerk is someone in fear saying something fearful. Like, oh, that didn't have anything to do with you. They were just scared. And like, oh, I get it. And so, um, that's what is coming forward out of here. So this is what is coming towards you, this reward for it, this movement in the area of emotion. So I like that for you, Dijona. So many, many blessings to you. Hey, Lovey, good to see you. And you want to know here, will your ex help with your elder daughter? What's his energy around this problem? Okay, let's take a look here. So, one, will they help you with your elder daughter? Okay. And then, what's his energy around this situation? That makes sense. It's here. It's like eventually, the Knight of Pentacles is slow moving, but eventually, they're showing me. I'm sure you've had the story of the Grinch, that stole Christmas, right? That had a heart 3 times too so small. But eventually something cracks within and he's like, "Ah, what is that?" His heart grew to normal size. And that's what I feel is happening here. It's taking time, but the love does eventually hit and overflow, and I feel like they will. I feel their energy around it here is the 10 of Wands, which, Wands is energy and drive. It feels like a burden, and that's what the 10 of Wands sometimes means is just it's like a camel with all this stuff on their back, and they just feel like, oh, it's so much to carry, it's so much to carry, you know. But I feel like it's fear that's kicking in, right? I'm not going to be able to help them. I don't want to see this. I don't want to be involved in this. That's what's where the negative energy is. It's fearful energy, and that's where they feel it's a burden because they feel they will fail once again, right? And they don't want to, they hate that feeling. Because it makes them feel so unlovable and unworthy. And the thing that we all fear, what is everyone going to think if I fail and again and blah blah blah, so I feel like this is their energy around it, and that's why it's taking them time to build up the courage to follow their heart rather than succumb to their fears. But I still see that Grinch. It's just the original one way back in the day, the cartoon one, right? Where it's just showing their heart, and it's like this little tiny thing where the full heart is supposed to be. But then when that little girl touches his heart and it just, oh, and it melts it and it breaks and it busts open. So that is what I have here for you, lovely lovey. So I feel like eventually it will. Mm, time frame, I 10, stands out, but I don't know if I don't feel like it's October. I feel maybe 10 weeks. It just feels like within 10 weeks that it eventually thaws. Maybe it's summer coming, thaws his heart or something, but yeah, right. Kicks them somewhere, kicks them in the butt. Come on. But it's fear, we all know how that is. We have a lot of fears that keep us from, being those. Yeah. Yeah. But, like I said, everything is like a range. So 10 weeks is like, you know, it's anywhere within the next 10 weeks. That Ace of Cups, that's the focus for all of us too. Whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. And so if we're focusing on gratitude and love and forgiveness and releasing all of that and allowing our energy to expand things, it's always expanding things, but whatever we focus on is what expands. So if we're focusing on what they're not doing, they're going to do less, it's going to take longer, right? But if we focus on what am I grateful for that they brought into my daughter's life, what, well, one, that they helped to bring them into life, right? I know you did most of the work. But it's like, okay, I can start there, because of them. A very small piece of them, they helped bring her into my world. But that's what they have there. So many, many blessings. Love you. Hang in there. All right. Felicia Fang, thank you so much again for mentioning the like button. I get involved so much. I forget to thank you guys for all the thumbs up that you guys give the videos. It does help spread the Zen love and it helps, be part of that love tsunami. So thank you guys so much for doing that. And Felicia, you want to know, will you be successful in your career in this life? Let's take a look here. Right, let me just see here. All these cards are flying out everywhere. Let's refresh these. Okay. Felicia career. All right. That one and that one. There, you definitely have the capacity to do so. Seven of Wands, is energy. It shows you being up on a hill, being seen, people being, jealous of it because they feel low about themselves and they see you, moving up and being successful. I'm like, why can't we be successful? Come back down here and be miserable with us. And it's about you not needing to defend your abundance and your progression and success. But the Two of Wands tells you, when I said you have a possibilities, the Two of Wands, this is your within your power. Whatever you focus on, what grows and expands is up to you, right? You are the one that if you focus on your fears and fear failing, fail is in your, energy and your focus of your mind and your heart and your energy that grows and expands. But if you're focusing on what you're grateful for and how you're being successful, focusing on what you want to have come in and all that positive energy, then that grows and expands. So you definitely have the capacity here. I also feel like our definition of successful is what evolves and changes over time too, realizing what is of opinion about other people and what do I define success as, right? Some people might be like, oh, you got to be CEO to be successful. And it's like, for some people, it's like working somewhere for a year and not getting fired. It can vary by each one of us. And we're the ones that get to choose that. So, I feel like that is what, spirit is saying. It's totally within you to where you focus your energy, how it unfolds, and your definition of success is totally within your hands as well. So I like that for you, Felicia. So many blessings to you. Yeah, yeah. As long as it's in alignment with your higher self, and what your higher heart wants. Our ego will try like, I think I want this. I want to be a CEO of a company, and we're clawing over people and not respecting people because we want to get to the top. Rah, even though we're focused on all that energy, it may not happen because that's not in alignment with our true heart and what success is within us. But if it's in alignment with all of that, we definitely can, right? Because our soul wants our highest good. And if something's not our highest good, they're going to bump us out of the way into a different direction, something more in alignment with us, if that makes sense. All right, LA, you are up next. And he said, should you reach out to Jason, Jason, I'm going to nickname him first and get the ball rolling, or should you just wait till he reaches out first with news? All right, let's take a look here and see what's for your highest good here. Movement or wait? Okay. Well, we've got the King of Cups is balancing heart and mind, and the Three of Pentacles is more about being like your authentic self. But for me, it almost the energy of this feels like just wait, just keep watering things, wait. You can't force things. So just allow it to unfold and allow it to come to you. The balancing of heart and mind is, the heart wants to jump on it and the mind is wanting it, like, well, let's wait, Um, but so I feel like it's like just waiting right now is what they're saying is wait for them to reach out with news. Just continue doing what you need to do with it, but the results will be the results. They'll come in their timing, right? And that's what I feel is coming through with that right now. So many blessings to you, LA. Very good. All right, Morgan the Void, you are up next. Hello. Any yeah, I had a good Easter Sunday. Um Went to ER with a friend today. So they had an interesting Easter Sunday afternoon, but um it's always a joy to see all the people that help everyone in the hospitals, right? When you see like 10 people from check in to check out, and everyone's just so giving, and it's just refreshing to see. So hopefully you had a wonderful Sunday, Easter Sunday. And wow, some messages from Archangel Michael. So I get to connect with Archangel Michael. Phew, all right, here we go. Let's see what they have for you. Hmm. I relate to them because I was born on Sunday and they roll over Sunday and they're kind of air signy, which I'm an air sign. So I feel like a special connection. Yeah, and here we go. Page of Swords, the air. I like this here. The sword of Archangel Michael is the Ace of Swords. Really, when we get into the Archangel, stories and information around them, but they're the ones that's the gift they give us to help us connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm that are rooted in unconditional love. So Archangel Michael is saying that they're giving you this beautiful, beautiful sword to allow you to cut away thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you, releasing you from some fears of, that have been holding you back, and these false and limiting beliefs of worthlessness and limitedness, allowing you to see a more truer picture of who you are, which they do have here with the strength card, showing your higher self here and your human self, and this beautiful bond that you can have. It helps you connect more and more with your true self and your higher self, which when I was talking about Aquarius, here I am. But this is the star up here is actually representing our higher self and connection to the spirit world as well. So I really love this nudging that they have here of connecting to the higher realms. You have a new ability to reach even higher wisdom, higher, connection there, which allows you to, connect to your higher self and the spirit world. I feel like some of what they're talking about here too, with the expectations, the things that we cut away. This also is called a wishing upon a star card. And it's like, what if you had one wish, to make for your life? What would it be? And I like this, nudging, because they're like, connect to your high heart, connect to your higher self, really see what it is. Who do you want to be in this lifetime? What do you want to accomplish? Let that be your, the North Star, the true north in your life. And it allows you to cut away things out of your life. It makes decisions easier and easier when you know what direction you want to go. If we're just wandering aimlessly in life, we carry a whole bunch of stuff with us going, I don't know, I might need that. I might need that old pair of 80s pants that don't fit me anymore. You just never know. But when we are like, no, this is where I'm headed, what I'm doing, and we're like, we chunk, we chunk stuff everywhere, right? And we get rid of stuff that no longer serves. And I feel like that's the message from Archangel Michael, is it's really a perfect opportunity for you to connect to your life purpose, connect to your higher self, know what it is, and it allows you to start this movement. It allows you to start the shedding of things that allows you to move forward. And they're there to help, Archangel Michael. So I do like that for you, Morgan the Void. So that is what Archangel Michael has. And thank you for asking about him. It was wonderful to connect to their energy. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. And we are to Julia. Any messages from David? Let's take a look here. So, David, what would you like Julia to know? All right. So we have this rebirth, death and rebirth, this transformation that's coming. And they are mentioning here that it's a slow transformation. It's a slow, and it's not like it's a slow and painful death. It's a slow transformation that's happening. Things are falling away, things are unfolding, and the core of all this that they're encouraging here is this King of Swords, which we just talked about, Archangel Michael and the King of Swords, or the Ace of Swords. That's their sword that they give us. It allows us to know what it is that we truly want. And it allows us to cut away old beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve us for where we're going. When there's a rebirth, we cut things away, like when a butterfly goes through from a caterpillar to a butterfly. After its transformation, it doesn't load up the cocoon and wrap it up and sling it over its shoulder and then flutter and struggle carrying the cocoon with them as they flutter. They know what's ready, like, this has served me, but I'm leaving it. I don't need it anymore. It can't follow me where I'm going. And I feel like this is the message here: is there's things that it's okay to leave behind. They can't follow you where you're going, and it's necessary to release the cocoon, release that stuff that doesn't no longer fit, for your journey, for where you're headed. And it's okay. I feel like there's things to release, things to sell, whatever it may be. I just feel like there's this release that they're encouraging you to do. And it's almost like just to allow you to release any guilt around it, if that makes sense. So that's what I feel is coming through, Julia, for you from David. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list. We have Christy O'Connor. Happy Easter, little bunny foo-foo, hopping down the bunny trail. All right. So whatever spirit wants to tell you for the rest of this month. All right. Let's take a look here, Christy. And let's see what they have here for you. All right. Well, you have a month of some new beginnings coming in here, but they take their time. It's like, here's another one, here's another one. Seven of Pentacles, of course, is what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree? It is the fruit. And but this Page of Pentacles feels like the fruit. It's like I almost see you with a fruit bag, or like a shopping bag, like a cloth shopping bag, going through a farmer's market, and you're picking the harvest. You're picking the things that, all right, this is the stuff that, I've been patiently waiting to grow, and now it's ready, it's ripe. And I feel like this month is a month of several different types of fruitions that come true, that come for you here. And it's because you have been patiently waiting, as it grows. I feel like you've learned you can't force it to grow. You can stand there watching an orange trying to grow, and it's going to feel like it takes an awfully long time. But when we busy ourselves with the passions of our life and do the things, then the fruit just naturally comes for us. And I feel like that's what Spirit wants to tell you about the rest of this month: is focus on passion and joy, and allow things to unfold and take care of themselves, if that makes sense. But that's what I feel is coming through right now for you, Christy, from Spirit. So many blessings to you. Again, we'll continue moving down the list here. We've got Dollface Diva. You would like a message from Spirit. Let's see what they have here right now for you. All right. Let's see if I can get my fingers to work here. There we go. So you got the fiery energy coming in here, the Two of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. And this really represents, of course, Eight of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Wands is fast moving energy. And it could be messages from spirit too. And I feel like this is what this message is coming in here because with the Two of Wands, we focus our, we're the ones that focus our energy and expand things. The spirit speaks at the frequency or the vibration of higher love, right? Unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and gratitude. They're up here speaking, right? And if we're up there, we can hear it. If that's our energy and our focus, we've brought our energy up there. We can tune in and hear from spirit so clearly. I feel like this is what they're saying is this is an opportunity to connect so clearly with spirit. The other thing though is if we're focusing on our fears, the lower vibrational, noisy energy, then we're down here hearing all this racket and we can't hear the whispers up above because we're down here amongst all the noise. It's like being in one of those loud bars that's playing hard rock music at the top volume and someone's like talking to you and all you see is them going, you're like, "What? I can't hear you." Because it's so loud, you can't hear what they're saying. Can almost make out, I think they said, "Do this," but I'm not sure. And that's what they're saying is that right now there's a great opportunity with this, the veil being thin for you to hear things. Turn down the fear volume, focus your energy on the higher things, the higher vibration, and you'll get some pretty awesome clear messages from spirit. And that's what they have for you, Dollface Diva. So many, many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. And so Daisy, Daisy, Daisy. You want to know, are there any blessings coming your way soon? Absolutely. Let's take a look. I'm just going to take a quick sip here. What blessings that are coming soon do Spirit wants you to know about? All right. And love and light to you as well. All right. So I love this little pocket of time, right? This is a blessing coming soon, a time to step away, a breather, right? But it's a time, taking time for you, connecting to the higher realm, going behind the veil, diving deep into your emotions, really having this nice high priestess time, stepping away into your high priestess temple, because it does bring you this transformation. You have the Four of Cups here, which is like emotional stability, moving from emotional stability into emotional overflow in a beautiful way, right? A beautiful emotional transformation comes in here. As you reflect upon, like you said, when you're going here into the high priestess temple, really looking at, you don't have to study, don't worry. This is this seeing things from the different perspective, seeing love in a different way, because the Three of Cups are normally, in front of someone looking at them bored, and then behind him is the Ace of Cups of up above, which is what you find when you go into the High Priestess temple, right? And so it allows you to fill up. And when that Ace of Cups fills up and overflows, that's the Ten of Cups. It's all of life just feels to overflow into every area of your life where you just feel this joy, which is our natural state. It's the joy of up above. It's that joy we feel when we feel eternally and unconditionally loved by, of all things, the mother and father of all creation loves us eternally and unconditionally because we are part of them, right? So I feel like there's this wonderful reflection time that's coming up, which of course you are. Um, and but it's definitely a blessing. It just allows things to settle in your life and bring in just a wonderful, like not just emotional stability, but an overflowing emotions. So I like it for you, Daisy. That is what they have for you. So many, many blessings and self love. You are up next. So today's general reading, I like it. So, what do they have for you today? Well, it looks like you do have a new opportunity that's coming in here. Yeah. So you got the Ace of Pentacles, which does talk about this new opportunity that's arriving today. And because you also have the Page of Wands, which is new passion, a rebirth, an ending and a new beginning. So, there is something that, you know, I feel like it has been ending, and it's like the fruition happens. It's like, okay, this ends, but there's this exciting, passionate new beginning that comes in its place that makes you okay with the death and the rebirth. It's like, it's like we were just talking about, caterpillar is okay about leaving its cocoon behind because um, it can fly so much further and go so much more distance as the butterfly without being a caterpillar or carrying the leftovers of the caterpillar that it's leaving behind in the cocoon. It's ready to move forward and to go this great distance. So I feel like this opportunity is coming up, but you're passionate about it, you're excited about it, and I like it. So today's general reading, this ending and that's coming, you'll be happy about it because of the distance it puts between you and something else. Maybe it's an opportunity to travel, to go great distances, because they're showing me the monarch butterfly has this big parade that it makes this big pilgrimage in a way from in Mexico, and it goes, I think it's like 1,000 miles. I mean, it goes a great distance, and everyone just sees these massive, what do they call them? I don't know if they call butterflies like a herd of butterflies, or whatever they call birds. I can't even think of right now. Flock of birds, like a flock of butterflies. I don't know, but just huge ones floating, and that's what they're showing me, an opportunity to go places and distances that you wouldn't have gone before. So I like that for you, self love. So many blessings for you. All right, Shirley Mador, you are up next. And you'd like to ask, what good things do you have coming for you in love or finances? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know right now. Hmm, I just put that card back in. It's flying out here. All right. All right. So for finances, I feel like you do have, Ace of Pentacles, which is new finances opening up in your outside world. So I do feel like you will have this new opportunity for finances opening up in your outside world very soon. Love, well, you have the Five of Wands, and this is passion, right? Our passion, our drive, our inspiration, our overall energy. But I feel like there's a flame, there's like a match that sparks here, and it starts off feeling conflicting. Whenever I see that, there's this energy of a first meeting of someone appearing to be, I don't want to use the word aggressive. It just feels like snippety at each other in a way. But it's because both of you are kind of fiery individuals, and you um, stand very strong in your beliefs. We won't use the word stubborn, but we know it is, which is all right. Their stubbornness is good in some situations, right? But I like that they don't back down, and I like that you like that they don't back down, and because they also like that you don't back down. So this little it's almost like you get in this heavy discussion. We'll call it a discussion, not an argument. A heavy discussion um, about some sort of subject that you're both very passionate about. Um, and but there's like that spark in between where you're just like rah, 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 rah. It's like you're rah, 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 but you're almost smirking at each other because you're really it's making them each other very attractive to each other, you know what I mean? And so you're just like, it's like friends walking by go, "You guys just get a room. Oh my god, the tension." And that's kind of what is coming through in that is that it starts off being "Brr, brr, brr," but then things calm down and it transforms into something much more conducive and, compatible, which I like. So I feel like that's how it's coming here. So, if you have had that happen recently, I don't think it's happened yet. It feels like it's coming. But when it happens, you probably just kind of smirk to yourself going, "Oh, really? This is the one." But that's what's coming through, Shirley. So, many blessings to you. Enjoy that. Oh. Uh-oh, here it comes. Too funny. So, yeah, so you haven't really met them yet. That's interesting. Okay. Well, here we go. All right. Many blessings to you, Shirley. Stella, you're up. You'd like some ancestral guidance. So, for Stella, let's connect to your ancestors. All right. I like this coming in here because the 10 of Swords is about letting go of expectations and like thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. No, it's a transformation of your thoughts. And normally there's someone laying down with this 10 swords stuck in their back. They're not dead, they're exhausted for trying to live up to all these rules that have been passed down from ancestors and generation to generation. Because I feel like when I saw these, they were like, "Our bad. I know we passed down a lot of stuff. Actually, it was good for back then, but I know it doesn't really fit in now." So you can dump those things. We're okay with it. Family traditions or concepts of who someone's supposed to be, should be, sometimes like family business or a certain type of like everyone's a banker, everyone's a baker, everyone's a police officer, whatever, there's like this breaking of chains and also breaking of other chains too, that you are a chain breaker in a lot of ways of your ancestry, and they're saying, "Yes, yes, we're excited that you are the one that's been doing this work." The 8 of Pentacles shows that you have been doing your inner work. You've been transforming things within you, and know that it goes back in time to impact the previous, family, and also will go forward and change things. And not only do you impact your family tree, there's other trees in an orchard around that tree that you impact by standing up and breaking these chains, letting things go, moving past fears. And you've been putting in the work, and I like that. The 8 of Pentacles shows there is movement in this in the outside world, and that the work that you've done, the things that you've done have not been in vain, and that you will see the progression, you'll see the reward for doing those things. So I really like that from your ancestors. They're like, "Yeah, we know we kind of screwed up some stuff. Thanks for correcting it for us. Thanks for being the strong one, Stella." So I really like that for you. So a wonderful, wonderful message from your ancestors, Stella. So um, that is what they have for you. Many blessings to you. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. So, Sio Shanta, you are up next. Hello. Any blessings coming your way? Let's take a look here. See what does Spirit have for you here. All right. Well, here we go. Yeah. I have the Three of Pentacles here, which is about being true to your authentic self. And I love the blessing that's coming your way because I feel like for for a long time you've been trying to stay in your authentic path and kind of remove away the fears that we have around losing praise and supportive people and gaining punishment, because it's all left over from childhood, right? All these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets that were kind of tugging at you, was like a tug of war that you were like, no, no, do this. No, 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 do that. No, 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 do this. And you're like, oh, cut, cut. I want to move this way, not those ways. And I feel like you're at this place where this feels like a blessing. It's this cutting away, this bravery, this courage of being true to your authentic self is coming in. And the blessing, though it might feel a little confusing, is in standing in your own authentic self here. You also have this choice. It's like you have these different things within your heart. And I almost feel like a lot of your life that you've done a lot of what everyone else has wanted you to do. And you have such a giving and caring heart that you've sacrificed, like people want to go out to eat and you're like, oh, wherever you guys want to go, I'm easygoing. So you go there. And what movie do you want to go see? Oh, what movie do you guys want? I'm easygoing. And you've been really easygoing, but you haven't been able to like choose you and you haven't been able to um, even formulate sometimes what's my favorite restaurant? What's my favorite movie? It feels like that kind of thing where you're defining yourself. And I like this. It's like you're going, is this me? No, I'm putting that back. What about this? Is this me? And I feel like you're almost shopping for your who I want to be in this life, right? And I can relate. This happened to me early in my life too, where I feel like I wiped everything off the table and I decided what I was gonna put back on it. I had no idea what movies I liked because I always just went where everyone else wanted to go because I didn't wanna shake the boat. I didn't want or rock the boat, right? I didn't wanna disappoint anyone. So I would go I went to a comedy, I went to a horror movie, I went to a action adventure, and I discovered which things I liked, and I determined what my opinion was, not which one I was trying to be for everyone else. And I feel like this is the blessing coming your way is that you're feeling the courage and the freedom to break away and to choose who you wanna be. And I like that. So that is what they have for you, Siyo Shanta. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Shauna Brown, you are up next, and blessings to you. And yeah, absolutely. A general reading. Let's see what we have here. So, what do they want you to know? All right. So, the Queen of Cups here represents you and your intuition. The Queen of Cups rolls over water, but all the queens are given a second portion of water, which makes them very intuitive, much like the High Priestess. So dive deep and this gut instinct that can is super super strong. The 3 of Wands represents a change of direction coming up in your life, but this change of direction is based on this gut instinct that you have. So I feel like you've been told this like you're being nudged to go this direction. You're like, well, no, we're all going this direction. And they're like, what? We want you to go this direction. This is what's for your highest experience. And you're like, yeah, but everyone's going this way. And I'm like, oh, do I really want to go this way? And I feel like you're like developing this trust of your connection with spirit in a very strong way where you're like, I'm going this way. And people are like, well, oh my gosh, how can you go that way? And they're like, this is where I'm being led. And they're like, well, I'm going to follow her. And people start following you in this new direction that you're headed here. So this 3 of Wands is a self-imposed direction change that you are choosing. It's not being like you're not being knocked in that direction. They're urging you from within, go to the right, go to the right, go to the right. And you're like, really? What's over there? They're like, you'll love it. And you are building this trust where you're like, okay, well, I'm going to do that. And it's becoming faster and faster that you're doing this. But this is a change of direction that comes around because of that. So I like it for you, Shauna. Many, many blessings to you. Hey, Intuitive Enlightenment. Welcome, welcome, my friend. Good to see you. And I don't see that you're asking a question. So I think you're hanging out, supportive. Thank you. And Richa Duta or Dutta, you are next. And you want to know, how will your future spouse in his be in his profession? Okay, I see. So let's take a look here. So, how will your future spouse be in their professional life? Let's take a look. See what spirit's willing to tell you. What type of work or profession are they in? All right. Well, we've got the 9 of cups here. No, we don't. It's the 6 of cups. I always read that as the 9 of cups. So we have the 6 of cups here. And I like this for them because it's something that they wanted to do as a child. The 6 of cups, how when we're younger, we're like, I want to be an astronaut. And we're told, no, you cannot be an astronaut. That's just impossible. That's out of your range. Do something, focus on something more sensible. But they were like, no, I'm going to own my own company and I'm going to do this. And that's what they've done. And they're do very well at it with the Ace of Pentacles. And it's their money, it's new money. It's not like they took over someone else's business, or they did something. They have made their own dream come true. We've got the 4 of swords here too, which is the peace of mind card, which they put all the fears to rest here. Usually they show someone sleeping on the Ace of Swords and the 3 swords stuck on the wall, which is the fear of, um, disappointment, the fear of being heartbroken and let down. But I feel like this individual, your future spouse, they just were so motivated since they were very young. They did everything they could to make this dream come true, and they just would not. They're not afraid of failure because as a child they just knew what they wanted to do, and they were always taking steps toward it. And as children, of course, we are learning the hard way and things, and they didn't look at it like, I think it was Thomas Edison that said, no, people had said, you failed 1,000 times. I think they were doing the light bulb or something. And they were like, no, I found 1,000 ways that successfully did not work. you know, it's this attitude they had about success. And because of it, they're not afraid of failing. They're just really, I'm going to try this. All right, that didn't work. Let me try this. Okay, that didn't work. I know not to do those. I'm going to try this. All right, that worked. Next stage. And they just had that all their life. They're just a very much a go getter and a self made person. So I feel like whatever it is, it's something that they um, had this dream that they made come true because they got resistance all along the way. They just wouldn't accept it. So I like it. So that is what they have for you, Richa Duda. Many blessings to you. All right. So thank you again, Felicia, for just letting everyone know, and thanking you for giving the video a thumbs up. It does help the channel, help spread the Zen love, and it's something free that you can do to help spread the love and be part of the love tsunami. So thank you guys so much for doing that. All right. All right, up next here, we've got Silent Victory. Good evening to you. I'm doing very well. Hope you're doing well. And you'll take whatever messages they want to give. All right. Ah, very good. I'm very glad to hear that their messages resonate for sure. All right. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit have for you right now? All right. So we've got this little hermit mode that's been going on. It feels like, silent victory, hermit, hermit victory, being pulled in by spirit and really encouraging this connection here. It feels like there's this time. It's not that you have to be a complete hermit to everyone else, in the world, but it is about you making sure to take your alone time, whether it's meditating, journaling, going for walks, but just really connecting to spirit, getting quiet, allowing this clarity to come in, this direction to come in, because I feel like you've been fine tuning your honing skills of. It's like they're showing me process of elimination, and they're showing it like this. This is funny. So they're showing you've got all these matches in here, and there's these matches. It's like these are the voices in your head, is what they're showing me, and it's like you light one, and there's one that is an eternal flame. There's one voice in our head that is eternal, which is our connection to the higher realms. But we have all these other voices in our head from the past and everyone's opinion in the modern day and everything else. That's why we have so much mental confusion at times. And I feel like you've been lighting a match and going, all right, that's not the eternal one. Nope, that's not the eternal one. You've been weeding out the voices and you've been really honing in on which is spirit and which is not. And I really like that. And that's what they're showing me here. And a little message just to be patient with yourself. It does take time for that. And it's the journey, the process is part of the draw that we come here for, because on the other side, um, we don't get to enjoy. I'll say that we can't isn't accurate. It's more that we prefer to no answers. We get them right away. We want to know what it's like over there. We're there because we haven't experienced journey of walking. On the other side, we don't have to walk. We just can be there. Like, why walk when I can just teleport and I'm there? Here on Earth, one of the draws that draws so many souls here is that we don't have teleportation yet here. At least not a lot of us do it. Not that I do it yet either, but it's the journey of getting somewhere is what is like, we just love it. They love that. Now, as the human, we're like, oh my God, why can't we transport? But it's the enjoying the journey, enjoying the process of doing that is what they're encouraging you in, that it's okay. They don't mind that it's a process that we go through and that it just doesn't happen. So I like that for you, Silent Victory. So many blessings to you. I love where you're headed with that. All right. So many blessings to you. We'll continue on down the list here. And Ms. Dra, you are up next. So messages from Leo. All right. Shishang, papow. What else from Leo? We got one card. They're being sassy with this too. So the messages from the Leo. The Chariot is the power of choice card. It's this, um, it's movement, it's victory, but it's also this beautiful empowerment that we are the ones that get to decide what story we put to something. We're the ones that get to decide what emotion we feel as we go through it. And we're the ones that ignite our power each moment. And it's always growing and expanding things. And we get to choose where we look and what grows and expands. And so this empowering, beautiful message comes in here with sass, because they're saying, see, I don't do that to you. I don't do any of this. You get to choose. You get to choose what story, emotion, or energy. I'm not doing that. It's like this, um, like they're not a get out of jail free card, but they're just like, see, that you get to decide all that. I don't. Now, and it's so true. We are the ones that have the power over all of that. And we can't, it's empowering too, because then we can go, well, I'm not responsible for your mental choices, your emotional choices, and your energetic choices either. I can release myself from everyone else and realize I'm the only one. I swoop in front of my own door. I pay attention to my thoughts and my emotions and my energy. Everyone else is responsible for theirs, and no one else can choose that. Now we can make it easier or harder for people to make a choice of unconditional love or fear, because that's what each moment is. Every moment is either of unconditional love or the fears of losing conditional love. Each moment really is of love, It's just different ends of it. Higher vibration, conditional love, lower vibrational love is the fear of losing conditional love. At different spectrums, we get to choose where we're at on that. Um, but we can yell at someone all day long in their ear, and we're making it really hard for them to choose unconditional love. Or we can love, 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 love people with unconditional love, which makes them hard for them to choose fear and easier for them to choose unconditional love. So I love this empowerment that's coming in here. There's like this sass going, I didn't make you do that. Which is true, but sometimes they might have made it harder for you to choose unconditional love in your heart. So I like it. So that is what they have for you, Ms. Draw. So many blessings to you. Interesting message from your Leo. All right. All right, Stargirl, you'll be my next free reading coming up. I do have a donation coming through. Thank you so much, Spring, for your donation. And advice from spirit, absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what what do they have for you here. What would spirit like you to know right now? What else? All right, they said they want to start with these here. All right. So we've got the Two of Wands coming in here, and the Two of Wands is this very empowering energy, right? There's this, whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. And I know you know this. It's like this just a reinforcement knowing that every moment, like we were just talking about, is a choice between unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. And neither's right, neither's wrong. They just feel differently and they bring different experiences and, of course, different results. Fear, choices, we have this feeling of limitedness, smallness, and powerlessness, and get to experience all those emotions rooted in fear. And then when we focus on unconditional love, we feel the expansiveness and the powerfulness and the limitlessness and all these emotions related to unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. Very powerful. We came down here to experience these, though, and it's okay to experience those. And when we're ready, we know we're not trapped in choosing that we could always flip it any second. And I know in the beginning when I realized I have another choice, I want to make that choice more. I set an alarm on my phone every waking hour just to remind me love exists. You can breathe deeply and choose love in this moment if you want. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, I do. I do. And then I would drift back over here. The alarm would go off. I go, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And back over here, the alarm would go off. And I started to be in here more and not need the alarm as often. Um, and it's like this change of habit, the change of awareness where things balance out, where I'm not, you know, 99% here and 1% up here. It's more, 50-50 is a good day, right? And here we go. We've got the 50-50 balancing of the justice card coming in here, which again is also this wonderful Sith here, or whatever this is. Scythe? I forget what they call these things. But they're it's truly the Ace of Swords, which belongs to Archangel Michael, which we talked about earlier. And it allows us to connect to these beautiful truths from up above. Again, unconditional love, and cut away the small t truths and the balancing out. And so I like this because you do have the Nine of Swords, which is the nightmare and insomnia card, which represents here's all those swords, the small t truths, those fears of losing conditional love. And these are the things that are getting um, sliced away, you know, one at a time as they come up. We're like, do I believe in this anymore? No, I don't. Psh, slice, 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 slice and dice. And so I like this. One, just be gentle with yourself as you're balancing things out. It didn't happen overnight that things were like this out of balance in our lives. Took our whole lifetime to get to this point, and we can do big chunks at a time. We don't have to like It's taken me 50 years to get here. It's going to take me 50 years to get that way. No, things remove and transform in chunks, but to be gentle with ourselves and know that we did come down here on purpose for that. They also want a wild mystic card here for you. So let's take a look here and see what animal wants to speak up here for uh, this as well. Okay. I think we were talking about energy, right? Energy. Hummingbird. I feel this is significant for you. So I will show you the beautiful hummingbird. I love hummingbirds. And let's see what the hummingbird has to say here for you around energy. So this card does represent unbounded energy and zeal. If the crab card represents the moon within this deck, then the hummingbird is the sun. In Aztec mythology, the hummingbird god, wow, Huitzil Pochol, Huitzilopochtly. I murdered that, and I'm not even going to try to correct it. But they were the god of the sun, while Mayans considered the small jewel like creatures to be the sun in disguise. The hummingbird card represents not only the energy that the sun produces, but also the energy we take in both energy given and energy received. So everything we've talked about, right? Say that 3 times fast. This card is excitement, enthusiasm, and unrelenting vitality. And while the salmon, God, is a marathon, the hummingbird card is a sprint. It's almost like spring, but with a T. Just as hummingbirds have developed long beaks and tongues for the singular task of collecting nectar from long necked flowers, the hummingbird card may symbolize a pinpointed, exact task at hand. However, this also might indicate tunnel vision and merciless hyperfixation. Excitement for a task does not always mean that it should be a priority. The shadow part of this card is that this card warns against um, things going too fast. It's the candle burning at both ends and in the middle at the same time. Oh gosh. This card cautions against creative, psychological, and spiritual burnout. It represents mania as well as inattentiveness and things falling to the wayside in the blur left behind. The element of this is air and fire. The spell work it talks about is gain energy, call extra energy and power into your spell work, aid with feelings of mania and erratic mood swings, summer rites and summer solstice energy around this too. So I like that. And, we were talking all this about this energy and where you invest your energy, you get to do it, but it's also talks about don't overexert it. And so this balancing of energy definitely is coming in here for you as well. Allow yourself the journey to get there. Don't beat yourself up. It takes time to, get to that place, but you can just manage your energy in each moment. So I like it. So that is what they have for you, Spring. Hopefully that was helpful for you. But I absolutely love butterflies. And you said that that was very significant for you. I'm glad. All right. So that is what they have. Many blessings to you, Spring. Good to see you. You are very, very welcome and so grateful for you. All right, Star Girl, you are up next. You want to know your future? Oh, actually, I already did Star Girl, didn't I? Because that sounds familiar. Your future spouse's profession. Yeah, we did that already. All right. I just didn't move my little cursor. All right. So, Princess Pinky, hello. You want to know for next week, what does Spirit have for you? Let's take a look here. All right. I had to make sure. I always look at that and I see nines, but they're both. You have two sixes, which is great. The six of cups and six of wands. uh, two sixes together has this like message of flow because you have like three on each side. It's like you're on the right path. You're there. Six of wands is this like recognition type of energy, and they're recognized. Spirit is recognizing you that you're on the right path. You're headed in the right direction. The six of cups is emotional balance too, with three on each side. Sometimes it's the um, nostalgia, it's like focusing on the past, something from the past or someone from the past that comes up next week for you that reinforces to you that you're on the right path. And that could be a couple things, right? But, I forget, there was a comedian that said, there's this game they play, like, My Life's Not So Bad," where they go into the social media of their friends from high school, and they look and they're like, "Wow, that could be me. I'm so thankful for my life." I almost feel like that's what's coming in here is, that you come across someone that maybe you were interested in, or um, it's like something from your past where or I feel like it's someone that comes across your path and you're just like, "Wow, thank you that you spared me that." It's just like this, I am following my correct path because I could be, like if you come across someone who's married to someone and they're just like, remember, and you go, wow, that could be me. And thank you that it's not. So I feel like there's this type of experience you have happen that you're just like, I feel good about my path and I like it for you. So that is what is coming through Princess Pinky. So I like it. So that's all they have for you right now. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Thank you, Felicia. Appreciate you. All right. Smiley bruh. Hello, hello. All right. You definitely can join. I see your question here. Want to know why Spivey wants you? He has his own little family. Let's take a look here and see what we have going on here. All right. So what does Spivey want with you? Why? All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh yeah. Yeah, we can see this, right? That he's wanting this here. And we got the magician, got the hots, passion. That's coming in here, and the page of cups. So, you know, um, it what happens here? I mean, he has his own little family. There's this thing that happens in the human, which I don't know why they're bringing this to me, but well, I know why they're bringing it to me, but I've never had this come through in a reading before. But there's this thing, and they call it the 7-year itch or the 4-year itch or whatever, but it's chemical in men. They have like this chemical that activates like when their mate gets pregnant. It's this protector, it's this hunter. It has this draw to be close. And at the end of it's like 3 or 4 years, the chemicals start to change where it's old enough where, because what the theory was is that the female has to carry the baby, nurse it and all this, and so they have to protect because they have to run with the baby, and so they have to protect and be this protector and provider type of thing. But then when the child's old enough to walk on its own, the chemicals start to change. And so I feel like they're having this chemical imbalance in their head where that time is wearing off, and they're wanting, this new passion that they felt, this new energy that they feel they've lost in their relationship. But it's because there's this chemical thing that's happening. And it's interesting because they say like the 7-year itch in men is because usually they will have two children, and it's the two children because like when one's getting old enough, the spouse and then they woo the chemicals reactivate again, um within them. So it's interesting that they have all this, but so it's just this passion. They want that love, they want this excitement, they want this feelings that they've had, but I feel like they've lost it in their own family there. So that's what's going on with them. And uh you know you can just tell them, oh, your hormones are acting up. Get away from me. So that's what's happening, Smiley. So, obviously you're attractive, and it makes them go, wow, I'm feeling these emotions, these warm feelings, and there's this attraction. But that's, you know, like they feel they don't have it in that excitement anymore in their own family. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? But that's what's coming through. Mm, yeah. She has a baby, looks like 5 years old. Yeah, 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 always fun, always fun. So, that's what they have, Smiley. So you get to do with that information what you will, right? You're just like, "Okay, I get it." Alright, much love to you. Thank you so much. Mira, you're up next. You wanna know a higher, message from your higher I mean, a message from your higher self. Alright, let's take a look here. All right. Well, you do have this new beginning kind of coming in here because you've got the Page of Swords, and pages are newness, along with aces, of course. They both represent that. This is about a new level of love, though, that's coming in because the Page of Swords, you know, swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets. But I feel like this is new communication too, that there's just this uh, more extended communication coming in around a love that you had before. It's interesting. I don't normally get this, but like an ace is like the first number in the minor arcana. The ace is the you know like playing cards. The ace sometimes is at the very end and the very beginning, but the ace is at the very beginning. So it's like new, 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 new. Pages are like the number 11, it's like it's a restart, but it's a higher restart, it's a more advanced restart. And I feel like this is what is coming in here. Like there's this love that had this opportunity that was going to arise, and it kind of pooped out somewhere along the line. Something happened that took you guys off in different directions, and I feel like this is a new communication that's coming in. That's why I feel like it's a revised communication that's coming in around love and experiencing this. So I feel like they're just preparing you, going, just know that something, an old love or an old opportunity for love that didn't work out, is making its way back around to you. I don't feel warning signals, and I don't feel like super romantic. Wow. I just feel like it's an opportunity for it to come in, and they're just allowing it to be, allowing it to unfold, and I kind of feel like they're not wanting. I almost feel like it's shielded from me, that I'm not supposed to see what it if it's good or bad for you. Not that there's good or bad. It's just like, is it a positive woo feeling, or is it a woo, classroom experience, right? Um, so I feel like you know who it is, and you feel like and I feel like you know what you wanna do with it if it does um, you know, uh, come to fruition and come across your path, because I feel like it's coming your way, but depending on how you the energy you put out around it is what is going to either allow it to come and sit for a moment, or it's like they're showing me a badminton game. You're like, nope, thank you, and you're hitting it back over the net. So it's either you're catching the birdie or you're hitting the birdie back over the net, and I feel like that's where it's coming in. So hopefully that makes sense to you, Mira. But that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Maybe they're a professional, um, you know, what is that? Oh, what did I just say it was? That player. It's already left my mind. It's obviously something I don't play. So that is what they have. Manju, you are up next. All right. So a spirit message for you. Let's see what they have for you tonight. What do they want for you right now or today? It depends on where you're at in the world, right? Well, so you got 2 pages. So you do have this newness that they're making you aware of here. This is new opportunities opening up in the outside world because of new ways of you looking at things. Look at this, almost like it's meant to go together there, like right next to each other. Um, so this and it so that is it's like it just unfolds so perfectly, it feels like. And but it's about you looking at having different expectations around this thing that's unfolding in the outside world. It's not you're open-minded, you're open-hearted around if it's job or relationship or friendship or whatever it is, where before you might have had like, no, it has to be this. You've been like, it can be whatever you want it to be. I'm cool with it. I'm gonna flow with it. I'm just tired of trying to make things happen in that. I'm just letting it go. You get to make it be what it is, and then boom, this opportunity kind of falls into your lap around it. And so I do like that. I feel like you're at that point with every situation this is, that you're like, I don't want to control it. I don't want to be trying to make people be what I want them to be, and I don't want to be what they want me to be. So I'm going to free everyone, and I'm just going to let it flow. And then this beautiful opportunity unfolds because of it. So I like it. So that's what they have for you, Manju. Many blessings to you. And we're to Amira Bowman. Hello, hello. So, advice about your relationship. What advice does Spirit have for you? What would they like you to know? All right, that is all. They want you to know a lot, but that's not true. Let me just refresh these and take a quick sip here. All right, what advice do you have for Amira, please? Around the relationship. All right, thank you. All right. We got 2 and 2. So we've got you've got the 8 of Pentacles, which is about slow moving. Things just are slow moving. It's what happens. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight out of all 4 of them. But things go slow on purpose for a purpose. And the purpose are going slow in your relationship is to allow balancing of heart and mind to come in here. Because the queen rules over, of course, air. The Queen of Swords does, which is our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our expectations, all our rules around things, right? Um, and but all the queens are also given water, which is the heart, emotion. So there's this balancing that's coming in. The mind has all these supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, musts around a relationship that can suck the life out of it, right? um but the queen connects with that Ace of Swords to the heavens and allows her to see things from a different perspective, allows her to release some of these fears we have of losing conditional love. That's where all these rules come in. All this has to be how love comes to us and how it is and who I am and blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, we're unlovable and we're unacceptable and we're rejectable and woohoo, all that stuff. So there's all this that unfolds there. And they're like, okay, there's this balancing that can come in here because you also have the Page of Swords. So you have both the Queen and the Page. They're both offering you the Ace of Swords to allow us to see things from a different perspective and have a different approach in communication, as well with each other. Because there's the Nine of Wands here, and the Nine of Wands represents our passion, our drive, but the nine is this inner journey, this inner reflection on that, because there's like an energetic barrier, and you might be feeling that in your relationship, like you just feel like there's just something that's just keeping us from moving any further or moving beyond something. And it's because there's some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are below the surface, that are in the subconscious, that we're not conscious of. And so doing some subconscious work, there's different things that you can do to access and speak to your inner child who rules the realm underneath. They're the ones pushing the buttons going, force field, let's keep these things at bay and keep this thing from moving. I don't want this, I feel unsafe. And it's about looking back, and it usually goes back to our emotional child self, 7 years old and younger, that there's some fears of abandonment or fears of trust or um, fears of not being able to give enough to be able to receive. It's like that worth type of rate of exchange of love that in our conscious mind, I'm like, I want them to equally love me, but on underneath, because of our earlier childhood, I'm like, no, I need to give you 1,000 love coins first before I can receive one back, right? And so there's all this kind of thoughts and beliefs that are bouncing underneath that are where this energetic barrier is coming from. And if we can get into those through some of those interesting ways of writing with your non dominant hand, like if you're right-handed, try writing like with your dominant hand, write a letter to your child self and saying, what pain do you want me to know about? And then write with your left hand to answer. And that's your subconscious, your child self writing back to you, right? And you start to get these memories or these flashes of stuff. They will show you what they want to have come up and be resolved because they also want to be happy and joyful. They don't like feeling unsafe and out of control. So we can look at those things. So that is what they have for you, Amira. So kind of deep. Wow. But many blessings for you and hang in there. All right. Kavita, you'll be my next free reading, but I do have a donation from Olivia. Thank you so much, Olivia. Absolutely. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much. I appreciate your donation. So you want to know, what does Dave think about you? Will he romantically come towards you? All right, I see. So let's take a look here. Let's find out what's going on in Dave's mind. And will he romantically come towards you? So look at what's in his mind first here. What does Spirit want you to know towards you? All right. Let's see what we got here. What's going on in their mind? Okay. All right. All that makes sense. Let me take a look over here. All right. So yeah, I see what's going on here, and why that they haven't like flirted and stuff yet, because the Nine of Swords is known as the nightmare and insomnia card. And it's represents like our small t truths, these fears. Like there's this book here. This is their long list that they've been given around relationships and romance and what all the requirements are. And there's this fear of failing these things, and they don't want to be a failure, because they have this Eight of Cups where they have felt that way in the past. The Eight of Cups is they're in this process of letting go of emotions that no longer serve them, and even relationships and with friends and whatever of the past that they're done with, and they know that that served them. And so this really shows this kind of I would say purging, this evolving, them clearing things out. They're preparing themselves and um, like clearing the stuff out that's keeping them from moving forward, and the fears and these emotions have been holding them back. I mean, quite literally, they're cutting them away with the Two of Swords. This is them choosing to cut away these things that no longer serve them. Usually it means they're at a crossroads, but they're so much this is they're saying, nope, this is all about cutting, cutting, cutting. They're cutting cords, they're cutting away old things, old thoughts, old beliefs, old emotions, just and I like it. The sun card here represents it's Leo energy, that's here. But it's the childlikeness, it's the inner child, and a lot of this has to do about connecting to the inner child and cutting things away. This is why all these four cards came out together. So these are all the inner work that they're doing. They're just ready to just move this stuff out of the way because they're tired of feeling it and thinking about it, but they're also mainly just sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and having it hold them back. So I like this for them, and their thoughts about you. Um, there are these emotions there. There is this passion and attraction, um, but it's like they don't. It's funny. They're showing um it's like a what is this? Oh, it's a zoo. They're showing me a zoo. I was like, "Well, I see a pin, I see this, I see all these animals," but then they showed me all this big fence around this zoo, and, the emotions they have for you, they're keeping outside of the zoo because this zoo is out of control. They're trying to get it all under control because the animals are running wild. They're not in their cages. It's dangerous. They don't want those emotions they have for you to be tainted and come in there. They want to keep it out there. They want all this taken care of so that it can be something that's more fitting for you, if that makes sense. It's like they they just want they don't want it to be part of the mess. They wanna clean up the mess, and then they want to bring in, the emotions for you that are more than friends, because they do have them there, and, it's all here in these other 3 cards too about, will they move romantically towards you? Yeah, but it's gonna take them leaving behind these feelings of abandonment and being left out in the cold, these feelings of lack and the low self-worth, all those things that they were learning from those other things. Because here's the world card, which is the ending of old cycles and the beginning of a new adventure, free from expectations, free from all of this nightmare, free from all of those emotions. And so they come in as the brightness instead. And this represents new passion that comes in and a new adventure, free of all that limitation and restriction they had. So I it's very positive. It's very positive. It's just what they're needing to work on right now is, all that stuff. Like you said, 100%. It's like they're working on that, all that stuff. But it's like someone that just had a mud wrestling contest that they had, and they're filthy from head to toe, and they're like, "Before I go on a date with you, I'm gonna clean up because I do not want to I wanna show you the respect of being this way," not showing up full of mud. So, I like it for you, Olivia. Very, very positive, vibes coming in with that. So, just let it unfold. You can't force it. Allow them, to initiate that. All you can do while they're doing all that is just give them unconditional love. this is a journey they have to do on their own. Um, and but you can send unconditional love to surround them to, and self will allow that to, they'll use it for the benefit of it. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you again. Thank you so much for your donation, Olivia. I'm excited for you. All right. So Kavita, you are up next. And you'd like a general reading for next month, please. Let's take a look here. All right. Well, I see here. So for next month, whether you're meaning this month, like April or May, Spirit knows what you're wanting to know, so they're bringing this in for you. And temperance is the slow unfolding of things. They have like the two cups that they pour back and forth between the cups. That's what tempering is, and it's moving slowly from metal, a base metal, into gold. The Nine of Pentacles represents this a bounty, this fullness that comes from within. You are really realizing your worth in a different way in relationship to the outside world. But I just feel like there's this bounty, this reward that's coming in, whether it's money or relationship or love or whatever you would define abundance as in your life. It's coming and it's been slowly making its way to you, right? You're like, okay, anytime now. Well, here it comes. And Nine of Pentacles shows that it fills up your being. You feel abundant, you feel overflowing. So I do like that for you. So whatever's been taking its good old time coming around, here it comes. So get ready. And that's what they have for you right now, Kavita. So many blessings to you. And Bunny Hop, you are up next. Right. And you want to know a general reading? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. So you have the Knight of Swords and the Two of Wands. So the Knight of Swords here is about, it's a lot of things, but the biggest thing that they want to mention is it's new communication that has a chance of coming in. They want to say a chance because you have the Two of Wands here, which represents you having an energetic choice of what you're focusing on. And I don't know if you're, like waiting for someone to reach out to you, contact you. I just feel like there's this big communication, whether it's romantically or business or friend or something, but it feel like you're wanting to hear from someone, wanting something to be said from someone. But the Two of Wands is showing us that if I focus on gratitude for what is in my life right now, focusing in on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and all that energy, then things grow. This is what triggers things to be able to happen. Because when we are focusing on the opposite, which is we're focusing on our fears, like if we're focusing on missing someone and not getting what we're wanting, the energy we're saying is, I like not getting what I want. I like missing things, and it pushes that farther away. Basically, like what I fear will leave my life, I repel away. What I fear will come into my life, I actually and bring it to me. Same thing as if I focus on what's in my life that I don't want, it gets bigger. So the Two of Wands is showing you that you have this power to focus on what you do want to have come into your life, what you do want to expand. And if you focus on like, oh, they're not contacting me, I wish they'd contact me, but they never contact me. Well, there we go. Psh, psh, psh. But if we're like, I'm grateful for when they do contact me, and I'm grateful for what's in my life. It's like we change the energy. Instead of pushing things away, we draw the things that are in for our highest experience to us. And if that includes this communication, then that's what comes in. So hopefully that makes sense, Bunny Hop. But that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. So let me take a look here. And right, Shirley, let's see. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, you're very welcome, Shirley. Hang in there. Yeah, the right one will pop up. If it's them, that'll happen. If not, then it'll be someone new. Yeah, I know you know that. All right. Oh, oh, that's right. More you are Aquarius. So how fitting is that? It's your archangel. Oh, perfect. All right. Hey, Kartik. I'm just reading down the chat here, making sure I'm not missing over anyone. Thank you for your patience. All right. So, Cheery, we are down to you. Actually, Cheery, you'll be the next free reading, but I do have a donation. And thank you, AF Gemini. So, you want to know, what does Pisces think about me? Will you reconnect? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you here. Absolutely, my pleasure. I appreciate your donation as well. Let's see what Spirit has. Really, truth be known, I'm just nosy. That's why I like doing readings. No, I'm just kidding. I just like knowing everybody's business. No, not really. Excuse me. All right. So, what does Pisces think about you? That's what we're going to look at first here, and then will you reconnect? That is the other thing here. Okay. Well, you got a lot of major arcana here. So, their feelings right now, they've got this, right? You got the Knight of Cups, which is emotional movement, and Magician card, which is about fire and passion, right? So, they do have this, um, you know, they have emotion. Cups are like love and admiration, the meaningful emotions, right? A magician card is spark and fire and passion, and I'm attracted to you. So they have that there, that is there, and it's important for you to know that they weren't playing you. They really um, did have, um, and still have left over, some real emotional movement within them, and fiery, passion that goes around in there too. So it's there. I just feel here with this Six of Wands, because the wands was this was kind of turned going to your next question, which about reconnecting. It just feels here that they didn't feel seen, they didn't feel recognized, and, you know, and this could or could not have anything to do with you. Oh, yeah. So, it's almost like they just don't feel the recognition, in life in general. I just feel like they've got, like you said, they've got so much going on. They just have this, I don't know, they just feel that for everything they do in life, and like that's why I don't feel it's just with you. I feel it's like with everything, they never get the recognition they feel they deserve. It's like, ooh la la, right? Yeah, it's like, well, all right, your majesty, which is funny because we have the majesty here, the emperor, and it's like, oh, really? Well, 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 um, and this is where we, are going to, we were looking at, will you reconnect? Will there be a reconnection? Well, I feel like that they really have to get their life in order. The number 4 is like a very big stability number that is coming in. And there's this picture they give me with this card of an emperor in a throne room surrounded by all of these opinions and supposed tos and shoulds, and everyone demanding their attention and saying, "This is what you should do. No, this is what you should do." Blah 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 blah. And that's where I feel like they're just pulled in all these different directions, and um, there's like this confusion that happens in that kind of, atmosphere. People are yelling and you don't get anything done. You don't make any decisions because everyone's trying to pull you in all these directions. Well, at some point, and this is where I feel like the only way a reconnection will happen will be they put their foot down and they ask everyone, they don't ask, they order everyone out of the throne room because it's time for them to make the decisions that they want for their life. But it takes them standing up and having that stability come in. And I'm not sure it's going to happen very quickly because the other two cards are two of the big patience and slow cards. The Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight out of the four, and the Hanged Man, which is about like hanging almost like a cocoon where it takes time for the caterpillar to transform into the butterfly. So this is like really long and drawn out, and I feel like that is what it takes for them to be able to do this. So, there's an opportunity for it, but it's only if they step up and say, "This is what I want to do, and everyone else, you just need to do what you're gonna do because this is what I want." And it would take this, whole thing to unfold that way. And that's why I feel like right, it's gonna you're like, "You know what? Is it worth waiting for? Let's see, unless something else better comes along, right?" But I feel like there's this, "You know what? Your Highness, well, I feel like eventually, but I mean, with these 2, with both the Hanged Man and the King of Pentacles, I feel like months, like almost the energy I'm feeling inside is like almost like to a year. It's like 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, a year that they just have um so many fears of letting down certain people, certain things. um and I just so much of their childhood, that's where the Six of Wands is coming in, about not getting appreciation because they didn't get appreciation growing up, and so they have this big a lot of fears about being rejected and about not being worthy, and not pleasing people, um and that's why they're when they showed me that throne room with everyone, it just feels like they're trying to appease everyone, and you can't. There's no way, because people are wanting contradictory things. There's no way that you can please all the people any of the time and any one person all of the time. You're always going to be disappointing everyone, and eventually, I think he just like has a nervous breakdown or health problem, something that just really gets his attention. Well, I can't live under this stress anymore. I've got to live. I've got to make a decision. And then eventually, so I feel like 9 months to a year. I don't know. I don't think anyone's pregnant, right? It just feels like there's this thing that has to happen, this stuff that has to end, to where they can just get to this point of like, okay, I have to be done. I've got to live my life, and I can't do it anymore. Yeah, yeah. So just so much, so much, so much, and I don't know. I don't know, Gemini. I'm almost like, eh, is it worth waiting around for a fixer upper? I don't know. That's up to you, right? So, but that's what they have for you. I feel like, you know, it almost feels like a prison sentence, right? Anyway, but that's what they have for you. Again, thank you so much for your donation, AF Gemini. Many blessings for you. Hang in there. All right, cheery. So you back to the free readings here. Angel guidance and how can you get back? How can you get back? All right, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want to tell you here. They know what you're asking. Ooh, all right. Well, very clear message here with the we have both the devil card and the nightmare insomnia card. Run. No. The the angel guidance on how you can get back, wherever whatever this is that you're, wanting to get back or have come back or etc. It's all about, the shadow, the Saturn Capricorn energy is about our cage being rattled to show us how our own fears, which these are our own fears, are trapping us, making us feel caged in a web or whatever it may be. Beliefs that we've had since we were very young, these supposed tos, these shoulds, these need tos, these have tos, these musts, they're all fears of losing conditional love. And we've been given these rules around relationships, around work, around our bodies, our possessions, our, money, job, education, everything in the outside world. We have rules around that were given to us growing up, right? And we just took them all in. We didn't know any better. And so there is this long list of supposed to's. And this is what this is the nightmare insomnia card. Here's that book of all the rules. And this is like we're almost losing sleep. We're having nightmares. We're dreaming, or you know, just our minds trying to live up to this. We're almost to the point of exhaustion. That's why our shadows coming in to show them to us, show that these are not ours. This is some rule book that someone gave you, and that you can release yourself from them. You can give the book back to the world and go, this is not mine. I am going to free myself from all these fears of losing conditional love in whatever way that it's showing itself. And that's how you get peace and love and freedom there's a big life becomes an adventure instead of like a prison sentence or like you're caught in a cage. And so it's looking at those fears and understanding that that's what's coming in there, Cherry. So hopefully that resonates for you. That's what they have for you now. So many blessings to you. All right. Oh, thank you so much, Jim, and I appreciate that. You're so sweet. Alondra, you are up next, and you want a general reading. Let's take a look here. Whoa, all right. Cards are flying out here. All right. Well, I like this for you coming in here because you've got the Six of Wands, which is recognition and victory energy coming in. I feel like this is coming from your spiritual posse, like your guardian angel, your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors. And they're just really like giving you a high five and just to recognize for you that maybe that if other people aren't noticing, they are with you 24/7 and they know this Four of Swords here, which is the work that you've done to cut away your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. You've really put to rest here a lot of fears, where this is peace of mind card, where you've really let go of these heartaches and these rules around relationship or whatever it is that created disappointment in the past. You've been doing the inner work. You've been looking at it. You've been really releasing yourself from it. And I like it. You're putting them all in a coffin and you're burying them, going, you know what? They served me for a time and they showed me what I wanted to see, but now I'm done. And you're burying them. You're removing them and not allowing them to be an influence in your life anymore. You can truly having peace of mind and rest around these heartaches or these heartbreaks, the fears that were there. And it's this beautiful, like I said, high fives all around from your spiritual team going, you have rocked it and you deserve this, that you're getting this peace of mind. So I like that for you, Alondra. So many, many blessings for you. So thank you so much. All right. Empress Luna, you'll be the next free reading coming up here, but I do have a donation. So I'll be right with you. Hey, LA, thank you so much for your donation. So, the way your sister is living her life, will it lead to hospitalization? Ooh, my goodness. So, everyone's just seek help, but she's refusing. Okay. Wow. And will it click? All right, let's take a look here. So, first, is it going to lead to hospitalization soon? We'll look at that. And so she's being stubborn. It doesn't run in the family, does it? Stubbornness? I don't know. Does it? I know it does in mine. Well, anything click for her? Let's take a look here. So we got a card on the stubbornness. We'll see what that's about, and then see if anything clicks here. So hospitalization. Um, you know, there's this energy here with, the 4 of Wands is like stabilization of energy. The 9 is like energetic block. So, I feel like that if it does, it feels like it's very short that she's there. It's like there's some energy block, there's something that blocks in their body, but then it stabilizes and then they're able to leave. It's not like they're in it like long term at all. But this is fiery energy. This is energy block, like they talk about the chi and our meridians. It feels like there's some stuff that impacts health, but it's not nothing that they're like long term in the hospital for or anything like that. They might have some physical impact as much, most of our disease and impacts to us are stress related, right? Usually, I'm no doctor, of course, um, but you can read it on the internet, and it's got to be true. But I feel like there is some. It does create some energetic blocks, but then stabilizes very quickly. Let's see why is she being so stubborn here? Oh, okay. So she has the 6 of Pentacles here, which there is this, um, worthiness issue that's here, and it goes deep. This usually goes back to the emotional body that's between 7 years old and younger, where, and you probably have this too when, oh, wow. Wow, yeah. Well, that explains it right there. But there's this, when you go back to the earlier childhood, there is this, energy that we create of the exchange of love, and the rate of exchange is usually way out of balance, where usually because we're fighting over trying to get attention from parents or grandparents or siblings or whoever we were trying that was important to us, trying to get their attention, we had to do a lot of things to get a little bit back. And I feel like that's what is, at the core of this here. There's this worthiness that goes way, way back, even before what happened there, as well. And so it's just expressing itself in that manner, as well. So that's where kind of the stubbornness comes in, and and it makes sense that what happened to her too just ripples and reinforces those feelings of unworthiness and having to overdo things, like I'm not worthy for help, you know, that why did this stuff happen to me? All of this just feels like it has accumulated there. Let's see, will anything click for her here? Okay, I like that. Okay. I feel like something will here. We got some positive cards coming in, because we have the Page of Cups, which is seeing things from, love, feeling love from a higher place. But the one that really stood out to me in these 2 cards is the World. Ending of old cycles and the beginning of something new, which for me would mean something's clicking. There's some self-love that's kicking in here that's helping her move forward. So I feel like she's getting assistance somewhere that's helping her realize this, which helps heal, this out of balance feeling of not being worthy of love or having to do so much to be able to receive love and the deservingness of it. Um, because we also have the Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunity opening up in the outside world. Again, clicking something new happening that's joyful and full of love and community too. Um, Three of Cups can represent higher self and the spiritual posse too, being part of it here too. So I feel like there is, she's in good hands. Her spirit team is around her. And even though some of the stuff that happens in our lives, we're like, why? And God's green earth would I have signed up for that and wanted these things to happen? We are taught this stuff happens to us, but I feel like she's moving into this place of understanding that everything happens for a reason, even though I don't understand why, maybe in this lifetime, why that happens. But when we're on the other side, we'll see the tapestry and how everything, comes into, like this tapestry back here. We don't understand how our thread is weaved in there to create the beautiful design, and we'll find out someday. I know things like what happened to her with the serial killer and stuff, you know, that is like, or serial killers in general, like, why would we want even to experience that in our lifetime? Some things we won't be able to understand with our human mind, right? Until we're on the other side going, "Oh, yeah, that's right," So some of it comes into trusting that the universe is kind. It is loving. It is having things unfold for our highest experience, here somehow, some way. So I like how it ends up though, LA. So much love to you. Sending a lot of love to your sister. Um, I can't imagine. So a lot of love to you as well for having to experience that with her. So again, thank you so much for your donation. Hang in there. All right, June 333, thank you for your donation. And you're ready to date again. Can spirit describe the next person? All right, let's take a look here. Single mom, that's right. Ah, yay. Yeah, so the next person to come into your life, let's take a look here and see who is headed your way. And this isn't necessarily like your next it's not like your soul partner for the rest of your life. We're just asking who's going to be, contestant number one on the dating game, right? Yeah. Wow. Well, okay. So I laugh, and you'll find out why here. And it's a good laugh. It's a good laugh. So you got the lovers card coming in. So obviously this is like, yeah, it's actually going to be someone that you end up dating for a little bit. Page of Wands, new passion. So there definitely is some ha 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 cha 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 time, that you are attracted to each other for sure. But I don't feel like they're going to last a long time because here's the dating game. Here's you, Seven of Cups. Usually it's emotional confusion, but I don't feel like that. I feel like this is you. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There's 7 cups, and you take one down and going, now let me see here. Is this what I want? It's almost like you're checking cans at a grocery store. You're going, so what ingredients are in here? And this is like when you go on dates and you spend time with someone. And you're like, ooh, this has hot sauce. I like hot sauce. Spicy. And I feel like this is the first one. Ooh, this one's spicy. We're gonna try this one. And so you take it home and you're gonna try it for a while. And then you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go check. What else is on here? What's this one? Oh, anchovies. Oysters? What is in here? No, that's okay. I'm putting that one back. You know, it's like you're allowing yourself to experiment a little bit and to understand. And I feel like the first one, we kind of fall into some old, like an old pattern of, feeling. well, I need to be in a relationship with someone to be intimate, to be deeply, and that's good. There's passion. There is some great stuff, but then you're just like, okay, that was okay. That was good enough. But I just feel like you come back to this place here where with this 3 of Pentacles, you're really figuring out who you wanna be, it's you being true to your authentic self, not being pulled in directions of what you think people want, think you should like and want and do and blah, blah, blah. You're really stepping into your own here, and that brings a new opportunity. The Page of Pentacles is a new opportunity opening up in your outside life, something that feels more full and that you do want to put in your purse and take it with you, type of stuff. So I really like that for you. The first experience is a good um I don't know, it's a nice foundation. You're just like, yeah, let me just this helped it, but I don't feel like it ends, but it just like you have some time together, you get to have your um heart flutter, you get to have your body feel passion, you get to experience whatever you want to experience, um and then it's like, okay, that was fun, and oh, nice to meet you, and you know it just kind of you just kind of drift apart because you don't commit, I don't feel, to them like we're gonna be exclusively dating. You just date for a while, and then it's just kind of like you both agree to see other people kind of thing of like, it was great and I really appreciate you. And I almost feel like something happens where they move away, like they go away on business for a long time or whatever. And so you drift apart in a way because of something externally. But I like it for you. The dating game is afoot. So I like it. All right, June, enjoy this new journey, and much love to you. I'm excited for you. Report back. Well, those of us who are happily single can still live vicariously through you. All right. Many blessings to you. Angel. All right. Empress Luna, you are up next. So, how is Azim, the Cancer, feeling? How do they feel about you? Let's take a look here. All right. Okay. So, how do they feel about you here? Yeah, they've got here these the 9 of Wands represents like this energetic barrier. It's like they've got all these expectations. This 10 of Swords is like they have so much uh they have so many rules around dating, around love, around everything. It feels like they've what did they go to military school when they were younger? That's how it feels, like they were just like very have a regimented life that maybe they grew up in a military household or something like that, but it's just very like everything has its exact rules and they don't step outside of them because they used to get punished. And so there's the 9 of Wands represents these barriers that keep them from going places because out of fear that they have all bubbling underneath here, all these rules that don't allow them to move forward, don't allow them to act out on things because there's all these things that have to be in place. And I don't even, feel like I know they're water signs, but I don't even feel like they are aware of a lot of their emotions. I almost feel like which is very challenging for a Cancer sign because they're connected to the moon and all of the moon phases impact them in extreme ways. All their emotions are constantly moving, but I feel like they had to put this barrier where all their emotions are pushed down underneath because they have to keep in line. They can't show emotion. I almost feel like they were taught again this military, you can't show emotion, you can't express it, you can't do this. And so it's like their heart is imprisoned in a dungeon way deep down inside. Um, and But I feel like their heart's going to have a rebellion. It's been living under this role long enough that wants to break free. But I feel like right now that they don't even know how they feel. They're all regimented in thinking, if that makes sense. So sending them lots of love, like help them break out. Come on, let's all send them love energy. Break out, break out. Um, because that cancer needs to be free. They need to express that emotion. But I feel like they only can do it for so much longer. Um, because I feel like, like I said, they lived under a strong rule, either both military parent and household and military school kind of feel. And they're about to get out of the situation where they can be free. And that's where they start to get brave. They start to go, I think I'm going to express emotion, but they're afraid it's going to be like a volcano. Blam, But that's what's coming through right now, Empress Luna. So hang in there. Uh, I know they chose this path, but I'm like, oh my gosh, be free, little Cancer heart, be free. All right. So many blessings to you. And let's see who we have next here. I think we are down to Sammy Lee. So, Sammy Lee, why doesn't the Gemini respond to your message? Is he just uninterested? Let's take a look here. What's going on with this Gemini? You know, here's all their air energy here. They do have all these thoughts and beliefs and these fears of relationships. And they're realizing, though, what of their own thoughts and beliefs have made them feel blinded and bound and constricted in the past. But on the other hand, because they're Gemini, right? So on one of their personalities, they have that, but another one, they're just very much, they like relationships in the outside world. The Chariot card is power of choice. I feel like they have just a lot of activity going on there. Um, I just feel like they are, that split personality that can come in with Gemini. In this case, they have like this extreme fear of relationships and being hurt, but on the other hand, they're out there in a lot of relationships. I feel like they don't go very deep into them because they fear that um, they will be left, rejected. And so they reject first. Or they ghost. They enjoy a little bit of relationship interactions in a variety of different ways. And then they have to be the one to reject, otherwise they fear being rejected, if that makes sense. Just a lot of fears there, but I feel like they have a lot of um, quantity, not quality of relationships, if that makes sense. So I try not to take it personally. It's like I almost feel like I'm saying, yeah, it's good, you were spared, let them go. Because it not that they're a player, not intentionally, but I feel like they just out of fear, they jump and jump and jump and jump and jump, and they forget who they're all replying to, Poor guy. But, that's what they have, Sammy Lee, so hang in there, much love to you. Alright. And then I think we are down to Julia. Julia, there we go. So, Julia, current messages from your Leo. That sounds familiar. Did we already do that earlier? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe there's just a lot of Leos out there. That can be the case, right? Or maybe it was earlier. I don't know. I just yeah, I don't think I see you. I don't think I answered that one on here. So we will answer that one here. Um So current messages from Leo, and then I do have a donation coming through, so that will be next. Thank you so much. So current message from Leo. Mm, wow, this Leo, I just feel like it's like this, they're torn here because they've got the 3 of Swords, which, here's being stabbed in the back and disappointment in past relationships and heartache and, like I said, disappointment in life. 3 of Cups is, usually they'll have 3 cups down here where they're bored. And they, also feel the pain from past relationships. The 3 Cups relates to the 3 Swords too. And usually there's the Ace of Cups that's coming off the screen, offering them a new love, a higher love. I kind of feel like they're just stuck here in their pain and their suffering here. And I just feel like they're just not, they just haven't been able to shake themselves from the pain of the past. And I just feel like they're trying to work on it. They're trying to move past it. But I just feel like they're just like stuck in the mud and they're just like up to their knees in it and they're having trouble, getting out of it. But I just feel like that's what they're wanting you to know. Like they're just like, I'm trying, but I have a lot of drama in my life and a lot of baggage that I don't want to drag in. But I'm having trouble trying to get out of it. So if that makes sense, it just feels like they're just really in this place of doing that. So that's what they have for you right now, Julia. So many blessings to you. Alrighty, let me just see who would be my next free reading, and then I will step off to the donation here. I just want to make sure before I'm leaving off here. All right, so Emma, I think you'll be my next free reading. Make sure I just didn't skip over anyone because it skipped really fast. Okay, yeah, so Emma, you'll be my next free reading, but I did have one come through here on the Cash app. And hey, Emma. Um, so the Cash app that came through, I don't see a name that matches it. So if someone can let me know. Oh, and Red, I totally missed that you donated too. So I will get to you as well. Wow. Oh, okay. Thank you. So thank you, Sunshine. um, and yours actually came through first in my email before Red. So Red, I'll be to you right next. But if you want to put your question down there, Sunshine, I will take care of that. And I think that's everyone else. So Amma will be my next free reading. And so Sunshine and then Red will be my donations. And then I think we're to the end. So okay, will you and your ex Pisces ever communicate again? Let's take a look here and see what's going on with that Pisces there. So thank you so much, Vicky, for your donation. Let me just get it where I can see better. There we go. So what would you like Vicky to know? All right, so let's take a look here. All right. Well, it looks like it's going to be a while here. There's a possibility for it to happen here because, I mean, we've got the demand is about, things taking their good old time. It's like a cocoon with a caterpillar turning into a butterfly that takes some transformation to happen before communication would happen again, right? I feel like they're off on this journey with the King of Pentacles. trying to find their worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way, you know? There's this, you know, I mean, because we have the 5 of Wands here too, which is about the conflict and this is the energy, the passion, but our drive and ambition, but it's this, um I wouldn't say combative energy, but combative energy. It's, it's very flammable. It's about to hit here, right? And I almost feel not that they have to deal with their anger issues, but maybe they need to deal with some anger issues. But it has to do with their worth and how they see it in relationship to the outside world. And that there's some of that needs to happen here because the reason why I almost feel like I wanna call them a volcano, where it's like everything seems to be fine, everything's going on and, did you ever see the, In and Out? Was it In and Out? I forget, it was a Disney movie about the emotions, and one of them had, like, a little red character was their anger character, and they would just be fine, and all of a sudden, this fire would just shoot out of their head, and that's what I kind of feel with this card that, they're when it triggered anything to do with their self-worth, that this defensiveness would kick in, and it would just be like, "Whoa," it went from 0 to 100, there was no, like, warning, just the volcano would blow up, and it's like, "Oh, okay, here's the volcanic ash, and there's the lava." And I feel like this is where they're at, going off, you know, they have to do this work for this not to come back into it and for them to want to communicate again. Because I feel like they're just tired of feeling that way. Um, and I kind of feel like they blame everyone else, or they have in the past blamed everyone else because they've had to. Because I feel like they live like a black and white world, which explains the 0 to 100. It's either all on and fire or nothing. It's like, on and off. And when you're in this black and white world, what happens is you can't be to blame for one little tiny thing because it's all or nothing. You're either perfect or you're a failure, imperfect or a failure. Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like she's had to blame everyone else because it's like, well, everyone else is responsible for me when I blow up. But now I feel like uh, they are going through some inner work, whether they're going to counseling or rehab or, whatever this is they're going through, they are learning about themselves because we've got the Eight of Pentacles here, which is about doing the work and having, this um, movement because of it. And so I feel like there's movement. I feel like there's stuff that happens through it all. Um, so I feel like they're doing the work. They're really looking at it, but it's going to take a while, for that caterpillar to turn into a butterfly. And in the meantime, you also can be working on, your own self love because everyone's always a mirror. So it's like, okay, what did I learn in my relationship with them about me? What fears did I have about them, and about me? And what did I see in them? How did I see that in myself? There's this beautiful self love that can grow because, then you'll be two beautiful butterflies and you can decide because you're not ready to have caterpillar relationships anymore with each other. That the caterpillars have to die. They have to transform, right? They have to become caterpillar juice and transform and so I feel like both of you will go through this transformation of what you're learning and what you're working on yourself with and what they're doing some huge transformations in themselves that in the end you'll be two beautiful butterflies and then the butterflies will decide, do we want butterfly relationship with each other, or it's like, no, the caterpillar days are on my mind, and you might be in a place where you're like, I don't want to reconnect. I'm okay with moving on, fluttering somewhere else, after your transformation, because I think it's going to be a while. And it might just be like, okay, I'm I can move on. I can flutter and fly somewhere else. But that's what's coming through right now. So that's what they have for you, sunshine. So again, thank you so much for your donation. Hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right, Red, thank you so much for your donation as well. You're very welcome. So your ex-husband is on another tirade, and you do your best to keep things amicable so it doesn't affect your son. When will he back off? Oh, exhausted. I can imagine. He wants your son to get braces, but you feel it's best to wait until he can bear. All right, so let's take a look here and see. So, uh, when will he back off? All right, let's take a look here. When will he back off? Whoa, okay. And anything else they want you to know about this interaction? Okay. All right. All right. So, it feels here, the 6 of Cups here is nostalgia. It's um more memories and things going back to their earlier days. And so, you know, their tirades won't end until they get help for what happened to them when they were younger. It's just what it's the habits, it's the formation, right? It's just like, you know what? Until they do that, there won't be any change in how they present themselves, right? It's like they have pain that they carry that ripples out throughout their life, and it just keeps, the Page of Pentacles doesn't mean this, but it's like they're carrying around a bag of old emotions with them, and it always follows them around. And when right, when they, when our inner child, which is what the 6 of Cups represents, right? It's our inner child, because this is the stuff that happened when our emotional body, 7 years old and younger. When our little inner child who's living down here in our basement of our subconscious now, um, when it feels unsafe or out of control, "Beep, beep," alarms go off. The adult, intelligent, um, compassionate, loving, individual is gone. It's out of our minds, because our little 2-year-old child is in charge, or as I usually say, our cat mind is in charge. And our cat hisses and runs away, or it hisses and attacks, but it does stupid, unintelligent things, unloving, uncaring, uncompassionate things because it's doing whatever it feels it needs to do to feel safe and in control. And it doesn't know any better, because when we're in fear, we go out of our minds. Like, so when someone's panicking while they're drowning, they don't go, "Excuse me, I'm drowning." They're like, "Bah!" And people come to rescue them, and they're all smacking people beside their head and grabbing onto them and dragging them underwater with them, even though they're trying to help them, until they get back to, their, yeah. Well, yeah, that definitely makes sense. Yeah. So, that definitely, this is what comes out. So these tirades means they're feeling in fear, they're feeling unsafe and out of control. Something's triggering them, with all of that. And it's reiterated here again with the 6 of Pentacles. When you look at the 6 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles, this is all about the rate of emotional exchange that's way out of balance from when they were young. And until they go through this excuse me, experience here, all these pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles is finding the value of their worth from the inside. Then it rolls out to the outside. The Queen of Pentacles is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, which we're talking all about the mothers there too. There's all this that's in here, that they won't ever back off until they feel safe, until they feel this solid worth within themselves. And so I just feel like they are, you know, having all this energy that just freaks them out all so much, and it's understandable. Who knows what has happened, with all of that happened in their earlier life that they don't even remember that they've pushed down underneath there. But that little child, if this is their standard of being on a tirade and being, then there's so much fear in there. And so the only thing that you can do is, I know when they're acting the way they are, your inner child's probably going, "Roop, roop," because it's feeling unsafe and out of control, right? And so that's why we have cat fights, because their cat mind, our cat mind. And so, we can recognize our fears that are bubbling up and going, okay, when we realize it's a 2-year-old hurting, scared child that's, in um, that you're interacting with, then you can start not treat them like a child, but you can understand and go, okay, so they're feeling unsafe and out of control. How can I allow them to feel safe and somewhat in control while still getting what I want? That's the art, right? And so allowing them to feel safe and go, okay, you know, um, I hear what you're saying, and so you're wanting this. These are my concerns. You know, that they're not going to do very well, and they're not going to end up working. We're going to wasting a lot of money. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. Well, they will always direct it to whoever happens to be there. Like if I'm holding a cat and someone slams the door, the cat doesn't go run after the person that slammed the door and scratch them. They're all like, wow. So it's whoever they happen to be around when the fear ignites is who gets the cat scratches, right? Um, yeah. So that's good that you won't fight. Um, so um, you're just like, you know what? You can want all you want, but there we go, right? Let's take a look here and see. So will they get braces? That's the ultimate question here, right? So with the Queen of Wands, and the Page of Swords, this is new expectations, the Page of Swords. And the Queen of Wands, I feel is you. This is the fiery Queen of Wands. She gets what she wants. She makes what she wants to happen. So I feel like it's going to be, uh, it's going to be later. It's going to be different expectations. I almost feel like there's going to be different communication, different different compromises coming in. So it might be, you know, how about we wait another year and revisit this and see where he's at? Or what does your son want? Blame it on your son. But I feel like it's that you invest your energy and you focus your energy. Something we can do too is whatever we focus our energy on, because that Queen of Wands is that's what she does, is she focuses her energy on what she wants to grow. And so if she focuses on what is happening in her life that she doesn't want, it grows. If she focuses on something she fears will happen, she draws it in. If she fears something will leave their life, she repels it. But also, she knows that when she focuses on gratitude for what is, gratitude grows. These things shrink and fall away. When she focuses in on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, and those things grow. When she focuses on what she wants to draw in, those things grow. So you can almost, like, the energy with your ex husband is like, you know what? I'm going to focus on what I'm grateful for with them, not what I'm like sick and tired of, because it'll just bring more of it. But I know it's hard, right? What? Gratitude. But yeah, so your son prefers to wait. That's good. So so that's good. Mama bear will come out then. She's going to put up with him. It's not up to him. Well, who's it up to? um so you can focus on gratitude that they care and that they're in their life, right? Because there's so many the uh children that their fathers could care less and they're not even involved in their life. It's like I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful that the right thing for my son is going to come to pass, and you focus your energy on that, and then this other stuff diminishes, right? So your powerful energy, you get to direct that. So I like that for you. Always fun, always fun. And it's like, thank you for your consistent reassurance of why we're no longer married. I'm grateful that he continually shows me why we're not married anymore. So hang in there, Red. I know it's always a fun experience there, but just step into your power. I know you have it. All right. Many blessings to you. All right. And thank you again for your donation, too. All right. So, Amma, thank you so much for your patience there. I am well today. Hopefully, you are too. You want to know, how is Benji currently feeling about you? Let's take a look here. Let me just refresh these cards real quick here. All right. Benji's current feelings about you. Let's see here. You know, there's this newness here. We got the Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities in the outside world, and a new birth, a newness that's coming in here. And, it feels like there's this new stuff that's happening in their life, this new thing that's drawing them like out into their world. It just feels like there's a lot of activity that's a lot of new things happening all around them, that this doesn't feel like, that they're uh being drawn into because there's not a lot of emotion in there. It's all about outside world, this. I feel like they're really distracted by the outside world, in that there's this I just don't feel like they have this draw right now with you. It feels like, and not that they're drawn out of their heart anyway. I don't feel like they're in their heart, is kind of what I'm trying to say. Not very well. It's like they're focused all out here on possessions and jobs and positions and where am I living? What am I doing? This and this and this and this and this, and but not about emotion. So I feel like they're so drawn out into whatever this new stuff that's happening out, that their heart is kind of like on pause, and it's um low on the priority list. So I feel like they have feelings that are there. They're just not being recognized right now, if you know what I mean. So I know that's what's coming through. It's whatever's happening is taking a lot of all their attention in the outside world, but a lot of new stuff. So that's what they have for you, Amma. Many blessings. Hang in there. All right. So we answered those. We answered those. We answered those. Oh, and I'm sorry, I just had a donation that popped through here too. Hey, Renee. All right. Let's see here. I just want to see where I left off here with the free readings. I think we're almost done. Let's see. All right. Julian, I think, is there. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Intuitive. All right. So, Renee, thank you for your donation. I want to know, how would it be dating that individual and how would they feel about you? All right, let's take a look here. So, how would it be? All right. And then how would they feel about you? Let's take a look here. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, it's pretty clear. I mean, how would it be dating them? I mean, here you have the divine masculine, divine feminine counterparts here, the magician and the high priestess. Very much a lot of similarities, a lot of important similarities, enough differences, of course. The magician's all about movement and going, and the high priestess is about allowing things to come to them. So there is energetic differences with them, but so much, divine counterpart. So I feel like this is like a very positive vibe about how would it be dating them. Not like it would be dating yourself, but it would be like, "Oh my gosh, so much similarities and so many common interest, it would do really well." And how would they feel about you? Kind of like we just said. I mean, it's almost like the same thing. It's like divine, it's like, here we are, we're similar but opposite, but, just a very compatible relationship is what is coming through here with these cards. I mean, you can't make it up. I mean, it's exactly like, there you go. So that is what they have. I know, right? You're just like, well, what do you know? And the more you get to know them, the more you're just like, we do have more in common than I thought. So that's what they have there for you. Very short and sweet, right? Like, what? I don't know what to do with that. It's just too fast and simple. But I love the imagery of the cards too, especially those butterflies that are there. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Um, so yeah, I've almost been on for 3 hours. So I got Julian and creative arts. And I think those are the last 2. So those would be my last 2. I've gotta say that because otherwise more people continue to come on. I'll be here and not balance myself, right? But I don't do readings on Monday and Tuesday nights. Um, I do other readings and do other things during that time. So, I will complete you 2, and then I'm done. I have to be done. All right. So, Julian, you're up first here, though. Creative arts. Julian was before you. So, you want to know Masha's true feelings and intentions towards you. So, let's take a look here. What are Masha's true feelings and intentions towards you? Well, I don't think they know. We have the 2 of Wands, which is like, it's almost like they go back and forth. The 2 of Wands energy is, well, they're thinking this way and this way, and the Hanged Man is about, something slow moving, like, it's a caterpillar in a cocoon. Takes time for things to transform, and I feel like they're really trying to figure it out, but, again, it's this passion. They're trying to understand their passion, and it's like, it's almost like they go back and forth. Are they a Gemini? I don't know. That's like moment by moment, they're like, "Well, but," and I just feel like they're going chick, 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 almost like those metal balls that hang down strings that go tink, 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 tink. I just feel like that's what's going on, and they just don't know. And I feel like that's why you're confused about, I don't know what their true feelings, intentions are toward me, because I don't think they do either. I feel like it's in this transformation stage, and they're just they just feel scattered and all over the place. So I understand why you're wondering, because they're like, what do they want? And I'm like, well, because they don't know what they want. So that's what's coming through for you, Julian. So hang in there if you want to. Otherwise, you're just like, you know what? If they don't know, uh, if you know what you want, maybe you tell them, and then like that helps them decide too, right? All right. So many blessings to you there, Julian, and creative arts. So, a channeled message from your love interest because you haven't had any contact. All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on there. Hey, Rhonda. Yeah, I'm about to end as well. I know I've almost went 3 hours, but I'm off tomorrow, so I'll sleep in. I will recharge. Hope you're doing well. All right, creative arts. Let's take a look here. A channeled message from your love interest. What's going on with them? What are they feeling? What's going on with them? What do they want? Let's figure out here. Oh, well, I understand why there's no contact. You've got two nines. Nine is the hermit's journey, and that is all about them that are, pulling into themselves. They're in this place of discovery, trying to understand themselves. And the Nine of Swords is like insomnia, nightmare card, where these are all these small t truths, all of these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos around relationships where they just felt overwhelmed and they're trying to look through all of those that they've had and, trying to let go and, trying to, uh, eliminate out of their life because it's been creating this exhaustion. They're almost to the point of exhaustion, trying to live up to all these expectations. And the Nine of Pentacles is about them trying to find their sense of worth from inside of them instead of outside of them. So this really is all pointing deep into themselves, which, that explains, like I said, the no contact, because they're super focused on themselves, and they're just trying to, um, what is happening? What is going on? Why? Who am I? Why am I? What do I want from life? I mean, they're really in this really deep, transformative place. It almost feels like a midlife crisis, but it's like a mini one. They're just, I need to understand. Everything just doesn't feel right. I need to understand it. So that's what's going on with creative arts. They're just not. It's all about their inner journey right now. So, their current feelings about anyone is on hold. It's in the refrigerator. They're all focused in on themselves, not on how they feel. It would be more about, how do I feel about people? How do I feel about that? What does that mean about me? It's all focused on them, right? So that's what's going on. Nothing you can do for them. They have to go through that themselves. You can just send them love energy to help with, their higher self will take that in their path, but they have to do that path by themselves. So I know. And in the meantime, while you're waiting, it's like, hey, they're doing the best thing I can do in a situation is do self-reflection on myself. So that's what I would recommend. So hang in there, creative arts. I know it's a rough time, but many blessings to you. That's what they have for you. Yeah, actually, I'm at the very bottom of the list, and I was going to have that be my last one, but Rhonda, you are my dear friend, and I know you're very, 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 very been very, very, very busy. So I am going to pull a card for you, and it's going to be from the um, Whispers of the Lord Ganesha Oracle. So let's see what Lord Ganesha has for you now. What they want you to know here. What is coming for you this week? You're very welcome, Julian. All right. Oh, well, look at this. Love you, Intuitive Enlightenment. Thank you so much for being here. You got belonging here. Card number 41. That's my age. Not really. It was at one point. All right, let's see if my fingers work. There we go. Wow. So your message for this coming week, Rhonda, is learn to find security from within. And in this card, Ganesha, they use the mouse as his vehicle. So he's riding on the mouse here. That vehicle, isn't that funny? Because aren't you doing like Uber or something? I think that's funny. Which signifies his triumph over the ego. In Hindu mythology, the mouse symbolizes the ego, for the ego can eat away all that is good and decent in a person. Belonging seeks to solve the predicament of the ego's own perceived separation. Since the ego has no conscious memory of its connection to others and to source, you experience a need to get out of seclusion by bonding with the people around you. These people can be your family, your peer groups, or your community. The ego is neither good nor bad, but simply a necessary part of you in this existence. The ego can manifest inclinations that are either more positive or more negative in nature. There are many positive aspects to belonging, and you develop your ability to love, connect, bond, share, and care for others. You see yourself more clearly through the mirror of relationship. And it is important in belonging that you try to seek approval through others. So, through this card, Ganesh is here to help you focus on the positive feelings from being part of a community. Learn to trust, ask for help, and to rely on others. So I like that belonging. That's really you seeing yourself and understanding that you do belong, and um, but it's not a part of your definition, right? It's that realizing that this idea of separation on this plane is for our experience to feel what would it feel like to feel separated? Let's go find out, but we never are. We're all connected. We all belong to one another. And I like that for you. Boom. Right. Exactly. So it's your independence, but at the same time, knowing that not only are you part of this soul family here, but the eternal, huge, giant sea of unconditional love drops. You are part of it, of this huge sea. So you definitely belong, and so I love that. All right, so that's what they have for you, Rhonda. I'm excited for your journey and your adventure. You just grow by leaps and by bounds. All right. So before I sign off, I do want to make sure everyone knows last chance to enter my weekly reading giveaway. Every Monday, I do have a a giveaway. Tomorrow, I'll be giving away a 1 hour personal recorded reading. Just check out that video. It also talks about a monthly giveaway news. Um, Also, if you're interested in purchasing any of my merch, Spring is having a sale, which they don't have this very often, 25% off one order. And uh, and so they don't do that. Like I said, they don't do that very often. They're taking it off of their piece of their share of what they get, not mine. So that's great. And I wanted to make sure you guys all knew about that in case you're interested. So you can check that out. Also, all the April readings are out. So if you haven't checked out your monthly reading for each individual zodiac sign, you can check out that playlist. And I also have a ton of pick a card readings on my main page. If you click on my name, bruddaZEN Mystic, it'll take you over there. The one from last week was the Libra full moon energy, how you can use that for the best, for the power of it in your life. And it was also pick a card about where can you use balance in relationships. So all those are absolutely free as well if you want to check those out. And that is it for this evening. I just want to thank you guys so much for all your love, all your support, and especially your thirst for seeking after spirit and from hearing from them. I'm always blown away by all of it. Thank you for trusting me and connecting to spirit for you too. Thanks for all the thumbs up on the video. It does help spread the Zen love. So thanks for being part of the love tsunami. And please know as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you, yes, you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, I'm in here Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time and Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So we will see you soon. Much love to you guys. Till then, hang in there. Take care of yourselves. Have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world. Much love to you. Take care.